the High King's throne on the Silver Road and the vast engineering halls of Zufbar comes Peak Pass. In the northernmost World's Edge Mountains, here the biggest ever shrine to Grimnir stands tall as a monument to all those who have taken the Slayer Oath in Karak Kadrin. King Ungrim Ironfist leads the mighty Slayer throng, 7th in his line, caught between two oaths, duty-bound to honour each of them, but cursed to never truly regain his family honour in fully completing either of them.
The initial challenge is stated as normal, so crack up the difficulty and get ready for a bloodbath, as the life of a Slayer should be anything but. Oath sworn to find death and redemption, as Grimnir himself once did, no dwarf throng has more call to march in brutal conquest against all enemies around them than the Slayer throng of Karak Kadrin. You start with crucial buffs to Slayer upkeep and recruitment cost, as well as speed and their attack, which can be further buffed by Ungrim's skill tree. With his move to start where he rightfully belongs, defending the mighty Slayer shrine to Grimnir, comes a welcome addition to his Slayer roster. Giant Slayers. Hardened Slayer veterans whose quest to refine their honour continues still. Wielding mighty great weapons, they trade the Whirling Axe's ability in for armour piercing to couple with their anti-large primary function. Truly they are the end to giants, trolls and dragons alike, and honour you with their presence when Grimnir's monument of Karak Kadrin finds its full glory in your city once more. Oath Gold is the third welcome change to Dwarfkind. As the runesmiths return to Karak Kadrin, so too do the forges find their fire, and the sound of hammer on anvil filling the halls once more. Oath Gold can be generated by characters and buildings alike, specifically from the Master of the Forge ability for your runesmiths and runelords, and from the Oath of Forging ability from Ungrim himself. It's also made via the trading depot and the armory building chains as well, all of which feed into the unmatched skill and craftsmanship that only Dwarfkind can ever truly know or understand. It does, however, require additional resources, and the nearest source of a particular one can be identified for you on the map by clicking on it in the top right panel of the forge. Although getting there might not be easy, Slayers are no strangers to conquest. Not only can you construct a plethora of dwarvish weapons, armour, talismans and enchanted items blessed with the magic of the runesmiths of Karak Kadrin, but further to that, dwarves are never wasteful. Runesmiths can use the scouting skill to increase the drop chance of magic items after battles, and the forge itself has a recycling panel, so items, depending on their rarity, offer a certain portion of Oath Gold back, if you find yourself not in need of them further into your campaign of redemption. As far as a lore-accurate Slayer army goes, the throng of Karak Kadrin, although one of the biggest, did not spout the war machines and machinations of Zufbar, and regularly, the Slayers amongst its ranks would charge out first in a bloody frenzy to find death against impossible odds before the battle ever truly began. Focus on growth within Karak Kadrin and upgrading your Slayer shrine to Grimnir. Take Nashrak's lair as soon as you can to secure Peak Pass as a province and build its defences quickly. After that you have two threats. As the Groby Plague continues never-ending towards the south from Mount Gumbad, the Bloody Spears tribe pushing ever forward, and the north near Karak Ilkilaz, the Red Eyes tribe building a threat down the pass. Make Nashrak's lair as defensible as you can, and secure the North World Edge Mountains quickly, fulfilling your vows and crossing the misdeeds of the Groby from the Book of Grudges as you do so. Remember, Slayer King, let too many grudges sit for too long, and quickly the Longbeards in your ranks will make sure your populace knows of it. From there, the manlings of Kislev are neither friend nor foe. Trade and allegiance would be beneficial, and they would provide a valuable guard to your northern flank towards Karak and Gore, for the Chaos Wastes and Norscan tribes lie just beyond their reach, stirring soon to come. And for you, Slayer King, darkness grows over Slovenia, threatening Zufbar and Karak Kadrin alike. When the bones settle on the moor, the counts will come for you. Mighty is the challenge ahead, Slayer King, and with no large creatures really threatening you within the first 30 turns, you will need to use your Slayer's agility to flank and get behind, or against cavalry at the very least, to really maximise a truly lore-bound Slayer throng that knows not but victory. Otherwise, rely on Quarrelers and Rangers, which were well used by Karak Kadrin, as were standard warriors and miners in my playthrough, using them as a soft and cheap front line to draw the enemy in, allowing my Slayers to wrap round and carve a bloody swath for maximum devastation in the back of the enemy, fulfilling their oaths in honour and death as they do so. Use the knowledge of your homeland to set ambushes and defend the famous choke points of Peak Pass. This will be crucial to your success, for you are oath sworn to these lands and these people, as king and as slayer. Now fulfill those oaths, or regain your honour and die trying.